And joining us in studio now is Ron Tucker. Ron is the CEO of a company called EPOR Corporation. Their stock symbol's EPOR. Ron, good to see you again.
Thank you. It's good to see you again.
Now, we just started covering your company again recently. Tell us again what the company does.
Well, EPOR Corporation is actually a project company, and our primary objective is to provide penny or actually pink stock investors with an opportunity for short-term and long-term high-yield investments.
Now, we had a kind of an email exchange this week when we were getting ready for this interview. And one of the things that we talked about was, anybody who has an email account that's involved in investing gets hundreds of emails a day. They're talking about this stock, about that stock, and they're always claiming they're going to do this and claiming they're going to do that. And now you have a problem with that because a lot of these companies that are doing that are claiming to do things that they don't actually really do.
And they don't have the capability of doing it. Whereas what we do is we find, it so happens that our primary project right now happens to be our own subsidiary, which is called RX Healthcare. Mm-hmm. But what we're looking for and what we do, and we have certain projects on the books to do what we call project companies. And what we do is we provide services for these project companies that will help them raise capital and also provide a exit strategy for their investors.
Now, I would imagine because of your philosophy that we just discussed, when you're vetting a possible company or project that you're undertaking, you must go through a checklist of sorts before you take on a company or a project.
Yes, well, by my background as an attorney, but also an accountant and also a securities analyst, I want to look first at their financial statements, mm-hmm. because that tells me, well, what kind of management they really have, okay, and whether they have something or not. And I'm not always interested in seeing them a gilded edge thing, but because I feel like if I feel that there's substance in the company, I can help them create the balance sheet that would justify an investment in it.
Well, we see that a lot of times on the television program as well, because often a company will come to us and they're in a startup situation or an early stage situation. Their finances may not be where they want them to be, but the concept, the business model is good. We help them in many cases locate and target financing, and lo and behold, we have companies like we had earlier in the program today finally made their way to the NASDAQ. So it's very satisfying.
Sure, it is. Well, it's interesting for small companies to raise money. It's very, very difficult. Mm-hmm. But 1995, through some friends that were in the brokerage business and that we were talking about it, and I said, it seems to me that one of the best things for a small company is they need to get a trading security. Mm-hmm. Because it's never easy to raise money. No. But if you have a trading security, you have something of value that somebody can look at and say, gee whiz, and then they look at the business and then they can evaluate it better and make an investment, which is usually a little bit easier. Not easy, but it is easier than trying to do it as a because you're also able to give them an exit strategy. Exactly
right. I mean, people nowadays, it's kind of like getting on a bus. They don't want to get on the bus unless they can see the exit door as well. Once again, the company is EPOR Corporation. Their stock symbol's EPOR. Visit their website at epoccor.com. Ron, fascinating interview. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.